Hi y'all, welcome to my channel, Be the Change, Change the World, where it's not just a nice idea, but it's an initiative and a lifestyle. Welcome or welcome back to the channel, whichever the case may be. I am glad that you're here. I hope everybody's having a great week, and if you're not, I just hope that it's the best of a bad situation. This is just going to be your daily reading for today. This could be past, present, or future energy. So this reading is timeless. Whenever you see this and it resonates, it's your reading. Please go ahead and familiarize yourself with my description box. There's my legal disclaimer down there. If anybody is interested in a personal reading or a birth chart analysis, I am available to do that. All of that information is in the description box below, as well as my email address to contact me if you're interested. So, with all that being said, I'm still running the free reading giveaway for mid-June. If anybody is interested in having a free reading done by me, please leave a comment as well as your email address so I know where to send it to. I think that's it. This is right. So let's go ahead and get started. Archangel Michael. Most important energy is Ten of Swords reverse. This is about creating an ending and releasing it. Whenever that happens, there will be some kind of public recognition here with the Six of Wands here. But this is like, this will be an achievement, for a huge achievement. But this is like a betrayal. This is a situation that needs to be ended, that is ended and released and walked away from. So this is a breakup of some kind here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck was the Four of Cups. This is all about a missed opportunity. And the missed opportunity is because of deception, because of a lie, because of a truth that hasn't been spoken. The cards that came out was the King of Swords reversed, the Two of Wands reversed, the Temperance reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Cups in the upright. So the first three reversals are separated from the last two cards. This is a missed opportunity based on deception, a lie, or a truth not spoken. So that's the King of Swords in reverse, which represents the person who has either lied or not told the truth, which is the same thing as a lie of omission, right? This is not speaking the truth. This is not speaking up. I feel like someone has some wounding here when it comes to speaking up about mistreatment, exploitation, and abuse here. King of Swords in reverse is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It's in the reverse. So this is someone who is not acting on their principles, their morals, their ethics, their values. This could be someone who could potentially be, someone who engages in criminal acts because they have a low moral compass. But it doesn't have to be. This could just be someone who goes along with someone else who has a low moral compass and afraid to speak up and speak out against them. We've got the Two of Wands in the reverse. This is definitely them going down the wrong path by keeping this truth hidden, right? It's making the wrong choice here in life. And this is keeping someone away from their life purpose here. We've got the temperance in the reverse. This is about the lack of balance. There's no moderation. This could be about an addiction, but that doesn't have to be, but it could. Addiction could be a part of this, but this is basically someone who has a hard time tempering their feminine and masculine energies, their emotions and their anger, their emotions and their will to act on, what's right. Okay. Temperance in the reverse can also mean like emotional imbalances in behaviors, which is caused by the suppression of whatever truth that is being had here. So there is the real need to release yourself from this illusion, this false imprisonment that one has confined themselves in by not speaking up and speaking out, which is a form of deception, right? Not sharing your thoughts, not sharing how you feel in a situation is deception, because it's omitting the truth. So this is someone who has definitely been betrayed. They're in a situation that needs to be changed and ended and walked away from. They're in a situation that keeps them imprisoned, and this is the real need to release oneself from this illusion. In order to do that, truths need to be spoken on, and actions must be taken, because this is someone who has a hard time speaking the truth about how they feel and what they should be doing. They're not doing because they're keeping the truth hidden, which is creating this imbalance here. Imbalance with their feminine and their masculine energy within them, because we all have both energies within us. This is someone who is more comfortable in hiding the truth and just reacting and fighting and arguing fruitlessly, and there is no resolution. The only resolution is to free yourself from this, because the truth that this masculine energy is hiding within them is they have romantic feelings for someone else. They are emotionally invested in a different person, and there's no way that they can offer this cup of love and offer any kind of emotion to anyone else as long as they're in another relationship that needs to end. This relationship is ungrounded, unbalanced, is not based in any kind of truth. It is based in illusions and deception. And as long as someone continues to be in denial, continues to not speak their truth on how they feel, and not take action in leaving this relationship that needs to end behind, this will be a missed opportunity. It's just the simple fact of the matter here. There needs to be an investment in, the investment that you can make with this new love connection is leaving the old connection behind. That's unstable, unbalanced, unfair. The temperance in the reverse can also talk about the lack of patience too. So basically there's someone in a relationship where they're constantly fighting and there's no patience, and this is not the path that they're meant to be on, like to stay on. And it's causing this person pain by continuing to keep the truth inside. This is resulting in the lie of omission and illusion here. The bottom of the deck was the Seven of Pentacles, and the top of the deck is the Eight of Wands. The investment is letting this go, speaking the truth, and walking away. And whenever that investment happens, then fast forward movement can occur, which is, a very loving, stable relationship can evolve here. But it requires action here. It requires speaking up about exploitation, about mistreatment, about the abuse that they have experienced. And if it's not that, then this is someone who has been in denial about how they feel. And it's really showing up in their emotions, because their emotions are very unstable and ungrounded. And they could be indulging themselves in substance abuse or any kind of addiction. It doesn't even have to be substances. It could just be an addictive behaviors. So there is a truth that has yet to be spoken. And someone hasn't been honest about how they feel about someone here. And the true investment in how to make this happen is to release yourself from the fear that you feel about about being honest with yourself, or about being honest with someone else, about ending another situation. But this really is about the ending of a situation. It needs to be released and walked away from. There's an imbalance here. There's deception, and it's the omission of the truth. And once someone frees themselves from this relationship, or their way of communicating, very deceptively, love can develop from this, but it will take time. But a new romantic relationship can unfold as long as this King of Swords in the reverse decides to speak up and speak out and create this ending to either the relationship or create an ending to the toxic pattern that they have found themselves in. Could very well be a very toxic relationship cycle where there is addictions involved, and the lack of patience. And, it's very ungrounding. Take that how it resonates. But this person, this King of Swords in reverse, has made themselves a prisoner inside of this. And they've made themselves a prisoner of their own deception, of their own omission of their truth. And they must free themselves in order to move forward, in order to make the investment in the love that they feel that they want to make here. So, all right. So what is the final advice? Oh my goodness. I'm just going to take the one card that flipped out. Write about your thoughts and your feelings. Thank you for helping me tap into my God-given creativity and wisdom so I clearly express myself and glean insight, blessing, and healing. Yeah, this is definitely somebody who needs to communicate clearly and communicate truthfully and honestly. And it starts by writing about your thoughts and your feelings so that you can come to terms. Yeah, there is an unhealthy situation to leave behind. Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. So once someone makes the investment to release themselves from this unhealthy pattern and dynamic that they have, they can make this love offer here, reveal their feelings, and then, things like it can move forward quickly, and it's real, it's honest, and it will be, the start of something really successful here. But in order to do that, the unhealthy situation has to be left behind, and completely left behind. This is most likely going to resonate with someone who is already in a toxic relationship that is a very toxic cycle of suppressing their truth about how they feel, and keeping that hidden, and having emotional imbalance, and perhaps using substances or addictive toxic behaviors to negatively cope with this relationship that needs to end, this unhealthy situation. This doesn't even have to be a relationship with another person. This could just be the unhealthy relationship that they have with themselves. They're using this negative coping skill of whatever this behavior is, or whatever it is that they're doing that's addictive, in order to suppress their emotions and keep their truth hidden about how unhappy they are. And it's really time to leave those ways behind, because they're maladaptive coping skills, and it's just time to tell the truth. It's time to end this toxic cycle, whether this is with yourself or whether this is with yourself and with another person. But if this isn't rectified, there will be a missed opportunity here. There is an opportunity here that is being presented to this person, but they don't see it because they're in the midst of this unhealthy dynamic with themselves, or even with another person that, is keeping them going down the wrong path, keeping them on that wrong path, and keeping them in the midst of this addiction, this instability, this impatience and ungroundedness, because there's no moderation, there's no balance here. And there really isn't anything being done here. There is just denial, self-deception, and maybe even deception to others. And, well, not even maybe, because if you are omitting the truth from yourself and to others, that is just lying by omission. That is deception. It's active deception. And this is a toxic cycle that must be ended. So it can help to journal about this, to really like put things in a perspective for you, to make things clearer for you. And if you need support, please reach out to a counselor or a therapist that can really like help you through this a little bit more than just a tarot reading can. But there is, love waiting for someone here, but it involves honesty and acting upon that honesty. And it involves cutting out whatever this imbalance is, whether this is an addiction of whatever sort, because it's just not working. I mean, right? Addictions work to us. I mean, addictions are what someone does to escape their reality, right? Whether that is indulging in substances, overeating, or drinking, or doing drugs, compulsive shopping, compulsive gambling, sex addictions, porn addictions, all of these things, any one of these things can be relevant, right? It doesn't have to be just one thing. It could be a combination of different things. But these are just poor coping skills to stay silent, right? Because this is someone's conscience eating away at them. I mean, let's just be real. And they're indulging in behaviors or substances that are keeping them in denial and keeping them in deceiving others by omitting the truth. This really needs to be ended and released, walked away from completely. Or it can result in this missed opportunity in whatever your heart desires. But it requires an investment in yourself. And the investment is to speak the truth that you need to speak to end the toxic pattern. And if you need help for a substance abuse issue, you need to get help for that. That is investing in yourself, getting help for a substance abuse issue, getting help for getting therapy for helping you learn how to assert yourself and speak your truth. And whenever you feel afraid to speak up about something, to speak out on something, that you feel the fear and speak out anyway, because it's what's right. But really, like, starting with writing about your thoughts and feelings, reaching out for that support, that professional support, because it's okay to not be okay, but as long as you're not doing it alone. And I have a feeling that this person, whoever this King of Swords in the reverse is, male or female, feels alone in whatever the situation is, and they may feel shame in reaching out for help and support, but it's time to do so if they want to stop this pattern. And this is an unhealthy situation that needs to be released and let go of. It's time for this King of Swords in reverse to make healthy changes in their life. And this is healthy changes in the relationship with themselves, how they treat themselves, not consuming these substances, not indulging in these toxic and addictive behaviors, not indulging in being impatient, being imbalanced and emotionally off your rocker, making healthy changes in how you assert yourself in situations, because it is healthy to express your thoughts and your feelings verbally to others, but this is someone who is keeping their truth suppressed and hidden within them, and it's really time to end this pattern, because this pattern is deception, because you're deceiving yourself and others by continuing in this toxic cycle here. It's an investment in yourself to free yourself from it, because let's face it, King of Swords in the reverse is a prisoner in their own denial and their own lies, and they're having a hard time living with that, so they're stuffing it with whatever it is that they're doing that is toxic and addictive. It's a maladaptive coping strategy for keeping the truth hidden. But true love can happen quickly. Once this masculine energy faces the truth within themselves and stops this pattern that they have in dealing with themselves and others. So that is what I have for y'all for today. If this reading resonates with you, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're interested in that free reading, let me know and leave it in the description box below. Not in the description box, in the comments. But make sure that you're not putting it in the premiere chat, because if you're putting it in the premiere chat, I'm never going to see any of your comments. So please remember that. Thank y'all so much for your support in all the ways that y'all do, and I'll talk to y'all soon.